Hey guys, don't forget to listen to the whole episode because at the end, we have some awesome messages that were left for us and we want you guys to hear them. So listen through to the end. Yeah, maybe we should start.
Made intro.
Yeah, let's do it. Am I doing this one or are you all set to do with this one?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. Want me to do it?
Sure.
Cue the intro.
Okay, this is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever. Welcome to the block party.
We ain't leaving out nobody.
No one. Ever.
Nope. No.
So here we are.
Nope.
New software.
We are here. New software. We're recording on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Well, it's almost noontime now.
Oh, true. I slept in today.
I
was up
to
late
sleep
last
in
night.
more, but I didn't. But it's okay. I woke up to the smell of bacon.
Hey, that's a great way to wake up right there.
Never a bad way to wake up. So,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm down in Old Orchard.
Yeah.
And
we're going to be getting together down there soon.
I know, I'm so excited.
We're
going to have a problem with the hot water.
Oh, uh-oh.
We're going to have to stagger showers because I was the only one that was taking a shower and my shower got cold in like 5 minutes. So,
uh-oh.
The only issue that I foresee happening, but that's all right. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are worse things.
Or you can just be smelly.
Nah, nobody wants me smelly.
I've been waiting to use that.
Yeah.
So, this Thursday, which will be in the past when people listen to this,
so
we've decided to do something fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So I didn't tell you the whole story about this. I was talking to Maria about it, but I told you that Bryn was supposed to be in this like history bee, right?
Yes.
And she was sick, and so she couldn't make it to Boston. And so I was talking to her and Brody, and I said, listen, we'll do something fun together. Like, we'll do something fun. And I think Brody had mentioned, hey, can we go to Wahlburgers? And I'm thinking, I'm not going to drive to Wahlburgers.
Right.
As much as I love Wahlburgers, like as much as I love it, driving 4 hours to go to Wahlburgers, eat, and then coming home didn't seem like a practical option.
I mean, that doesn't sound appealing.
No, I mean, trust me, I would love to have Wahlburgers.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like 8 hours of driving in a day for a burger. I mean, that's rough. No, if Donnie was there, different story.
Well, yeah. So then we have a Slack channel like for our moderators, and this was the next day. And Kim had put in a message that was like from an email or something and said that they were going to be doing something special in Dorchester, which I was like, whoa, wait a second. So it had something like they were going to be showing a food truck or whatever, and that some of the family was going to be there. So I'm like, hey, now we're talking. Plus it's in Dorchester. So I think we might like go and see if we can find the houses again. Maybe.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And this is now who is this? Just you and your family?
Yeah, just Kevin and I and Brendan Brody. And we're going to meet Kim down there.
Oh, fun. Now,
and her kid. So we
should mention that it's school vacation, school break.
Exactly. Yeah, it's school break this week, so I'm not like pulling them out of school and
hey kids, let's skip school and go to Wahlburgers. I mean, hey,
why not? Why not, right?
I don't think that's a big deal. I mean, that would be kind of fun. That's like, one of those things that your kids would always remember. But it is school vacation, so it's nice to have something to go and do and look forward to on vacation.
Impromptu trips.
That's what it's all about, man.
I was never like this, like, oh, let's do this, like, but now I'm finding out if you like the New Kids on the Block, you got to learn to love impromptu trips.
You never know when they're going to pop up.
That's exactly right.
Well, I think that's cool. I can't wait to hear about it. And by now, it's already happened. So maybe we've already seen stuff posted. But hey, how exciting!
We'll have to do a special bonus episode.
Bone in.
Well, not for our peeps, but like
bonusode.
Well, for our peeps, but not for our Patreon peeps. Yeah. It'd be like bonusode. I like that. Bonusode. You guys are gonna get a bonusode.
That's cool.
So we've got some pretty decent stories.
I mean, we do.
You guys haven't been disappointing. I mean, not that you were before.
Oh no, but you keep them coming, and that's great. We love it.
Right.
We love it. So we got some good ones.
Yeah. So we actually had a new member come in to the group, and she posted most of the stories that we have today are cruise stories, but this one I had to put it on here.
When I saw this,
you know which one I'm going to talk about,
exactly
right?
Which one it is. When I saw this, I was like, oh, "What?"
Yes.
Even I'm like, I mean, like I'm not a Joe girl, but I was like, my heart like fluttered a little bit.
Yes. 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 I mean, it just made you really think about him.
Yep. It really did.
You know what I mean? Like, so this is Ashley's story from the Facebook group. So I asked Ashley if I could share it because there are some of you that aren't in the Facebook group or may not have seen it in the Facebook group. So I'm going to share it for you right now. Good morning. Here's my meeting Joe story from the 90s. I'm pasting this from an old site that barely works. So it was written in 1999. There's a lot of detail in here that I wouldn't remember now, so no need to rewrite it. I really should entitle this Impeccable Timing. So again, you guys, this is not something she wrote like yesterday or last week. She wrote this in 1999 and copy and pasted it from an old website. I wonder if it was a GeoCities site.
That's crazy.
I was in Boston for a week over New Year's in 97, 98. So this is Puffy Vest Joe. How you doing? I was visiting friends that I used to work with at Disney World. Fun. The guy I was supposed to stay with got sick and had to go to the hospital. Whoa. The day after I got there. So the week didn't start out too great. Oh, that's awful. My other two friends weren't due to come into Boston until Saturday. So Friday, January 2nd, I was left alone. I met some random guys on the T and went to lunch with them at the Hard Rock Cafe that afternoon.
Oh, gosh. That's hard.
Oh, this poor girl.
I know.
But hey, props to the nice guys that she met on the T, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were nice guys.
The weather was warm. Yeah, no kidding. The weather was warmer that day, so after lunch, I decided to take a walk. I walked about 2.5 miles to Joe's house. I didn't even know what I was going to do once I got there, but kept walking anyway. Okay, so 2.5 miles in January. So even like warm January was probably like 30s.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Ugh.
So already this girl's a trooper. Okay. She's been on the T all day. She's like just trying to find stuff to do. I didn't know what I was going to do once I got there, but I kept walking anyway. Okay, I said that already. By the time I got there, it was dark out. I sat on the wall across from his house and stared at it. I couldn't believe I was sitting outside Joe McIntyre's house. I didn't even have time to watch for him before.
Sorry, I'm just picturing her sitting there like just staring at it like
with this.
Like,
I'm staring at it. Oh, Joe McIntyre. How I wish you were here.
oh.
I've been dreaming of you for so long.
Oh my gosh.
Could you picture me sitting there on the wall?
I'm picturing it.
How old?
Like I can see your face.
So I would have been 18.
Yeah.
Legal. Joe, I've waited my entire life for this moment.
For this very moment.
and you aren't home. But I'm going to sit here on this wall and wait for you to come into my life. I'm
awesome
sorry,
story.
Ashley. No, this is like, I'm not like poking fun at all.
No,
like this is the stuff that dreams are made of.
Gold.
Right here. So I just had to do that little replay there. Okay. I had to picture myself in your shoes because, I mean, hello, what is about to happen? Okay. Whew. All right. I could not believe I was sitting outside Joe McIntyre's house. I didn't even have time to watch for him before his car was right there in front of me. I didn't know it was him for sure, but I guessed it was. I started to slide off the wall. I guess he saw me. Wait, slide off the wall? Oh, because she was probably like, whoa, who's this fella coming? I guess he saw me through... I guess he saw me through his side mirror or something because his window started to come down. That's when I knew it was him. I walked up to the window. Hi, how are you? We seemed to say at the same time. What's your name? Joe asked. Ashley, I replied in a shaky voice. Nice to meet you, Joe said. After looking around, we don't have anyone to take a picture. Then Joe backed up his car and got out. You dropped a glove.
Oh.
Can we pause for a moment? That's like, excuse me, miss, you've dropped your glove. It's like cinematic.
No, it really is. And I love her, like how she talks about this.
I know. It's perfection. Perfection. I did a little spin move, then spotted my glove and picked it up. Joe said he almost didn't see me. I said he had good timing because I'd just gotten there. I told him that I was visiting friends from Disney, and we talked about that for a few minutes. He asked me if I'd ever been there, Boston, before. I said that I had made my parents stop once on the way back from Vermont in 1990. He laughed. Then Joe took my camera and held it out in front of us and took a picture. Joe, you took a selfie with a regular camera, didn't he?
That's some old school right there.
That's how he's perfecting selfies.
Oh yeah, OG.
Hey. The camera started to rewind in his hand, so I loaded another roll of film. I told him that I had planned on coming in a few days with my friend with a car, but that I couldn't wait that long. He suggested we take another picture like the first, so we did. That's good, Joe. I mean, seriously? National treasure. Right there.
Absolutely.
If this was the end of the story?
It'd be a great story.
National treasure. But it is not the end. I am interested in seeing how far away this looks through the camera, Joe said, taking the camera from me. Stand over there and smile. Pose for me. Joe took a picture of me, and I took one of him by himself. After another minute of chatting, Joe tried to explain another way that I could walk back to the BC area, and I'm assuming that's Boston College?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or Boston Common.
Oh, yeah.
Usually when you say BC, it's usually Boston College, but I had no idea what he was saying. I was just staring at him, nodding and smiling. Then he said he'd see me in a few days. I told him happy birthday and then started to walk off. Hey, that's right, because it was his birthday. About 30 seconds later, I hear, hey. I turn to my right and there's Joe in his car again. I'll drive you. Excuse me? What?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Wait. What? Wait, what? Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
That's what I would be. I'd be like, okay. Getting. I about had a heart attack, but it didn't show it. I ran across the street and jumped into the passenger seat of his black Lincoln Navigator.
Whoa.
You know what you did, Joe. You were rolling. Hey. I thanked him. He said he saw me walk off and couldn't let me walk in the dark alone. You are the sweetest, Joe.
National treasure right there.
So much so. I was about to die. I played stupid and asked what kind of car it was. He told me it had a tan leather interior, very nice, and he was drinking coffee. I asked him where I should go dancing that night, trying to find out if he'd be going anywhere. Hey, you're a smooth operator.
Absolutely.
Right,
like, I wouldn't know what to say.
You're a good investigator. Me either. I just would have sat there.
Exactly.
Like stunned. Like, can we have a sleepover? And then he'd be like, okay, I'm just going to drop you off here. Okay. He replied, New York. Wait, I asked him where I should go dancing that night, trying to find out if he'd be going anywhere. And he replied, New York. I told him that I was from Kentucky, so anything fairly large would be cool for me. Wait, what? Is there a club called New York in Boston?
I don't think so.
Or was he saying to go to New York?
I think he was saying to go to New York.
Oh, okay. He suggested Axis and Dad's Diner on Boylston Street. Okay, that's Boston.
Yeah.
He said that's where the quote unquote beautiful people hang out. I told him that I love big cities, but I'd never been to New York. He talked about how he loves New York, but didn't really like LA. That's sad. Well, LA Blue, have you heard that song?
Yes.
Like it like pulls at your heartstrings when you hear that song.
After you mentioned it to me that one time, I went and listened to it, and it really does.
It's one of my favorite songs now.
Like I listen to it,
even though it's super sad. Yeah. I wonder if he still feels the same about that. I mean, I'm assuming so since he's moving to New York, but I bet like part of him has gotten used to LA.
Right.
Part of him is there because if you think about it, you have connections where your family,
absolutely,
where your kids are born. Like, even though I was in that like bad house on Main Street, I'd still, Bren, I took her home there.
Right.
We took her home. And so part of me is still like, oh, that's so sad that she'll never get to see that. And I mean, even this house, like, we're preparing to move. Like, we're preparing to, we're not going very far, but still, it's like, this is where all our memories have been for the past how long.
I know.
So, but I guess he'll talk about that on the move, right?
I think he will.
Then he mentioned something about the Celtics stealing our basketball coach, Rick Pitino. Oh, that's sort of a sore subject around Kentucky basketball fans. The basketball players are only local celebrities. I also mentioned that I went to high school with Brian from the Backstreet Boys. Oh, hey. He said, oh, yeah. I knew two of them were from Kentucky. By the time we arrived at the tee, or he dropped me off, I said something about how my mom was going to be so excited that I got to meet him. And he said she would probably never believe me and that he drove me home. I agreed. I thanked him again and I got out of the car. He did a U-turn and waved as he drove back. I don't think the whole thing had actually hit me yet. I was still so calm. The next day, I took my film to CVS 1 hour. Yeah, you did. The picture turned out great. I was so excited. Then the day I went home, my friend Julie and I went back. We had to wait an hour this time, but he drove up again. I gave him a copy of the picture and got his autograph this time. Then I left. As the plane took off from Boston that evening, I actually got tears in my eyes because I was leaving Joe, but it was the best week of my entire life. I love the story so much.
I do too.
So much.
Tell you this picture. Like, I am obsessed with that picture of the two of them.
Mm, yes.
I love it. It's such a good picture. And they look like a couple.
They sure do.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he looks so like relaxed, and so does she, which is amazing because I would be like, meh. It's just awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. So amazing.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous, Ashley. So jealous. So thank you, Ashley, for letting us share the story.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, normally we would keep it to the same theme, but I had to share this because
totally.
I absolutely love it.
Totally.
So
it was worth it. Yeah. So thank you.
So do you want to read the next story?
I would be happy to. We have Misty's story.
Maybe read the next two because they're like together.
Oh, sure. We can do that. Let's get into it. Misty's story. This last cruise is my first, and I spent the day in Cozumel with my friends at Katie McCreary 4 and at Terry SW. We were ready to go back to the boat when a friend on our group chat sent a message that Jordan and Joe were getting massages not far away. So we decided to wait for them.
Oh, hey.
And just maybe get a selfie. Oh, hey. We waited for over an hour, and at 3:55, I was like, That's it. I'm going for fear of missing the boat, even though the girls assured me it wouldn't leave without us. Just as I stood up to go, Terry was like, there he is. I turned to see Jordan, looking as gorgeous as ever, walking our way. I jumped in line behind him, but someone didn't have their sign and sail card out and was holding up the line. Jordan. As we started walking through the shops, Terry asked for a photo, but security said they couldn't stop because it'd be chaos. I was like, that's cool. Once out of the shops, I said, it's hot as balls. And there we were, all just talking about the weather like it was totally normal. It's like we were a part of their entourage. We got the pics to prove it. As we got closer, Jordan noticed the ambulance by the boat, and the first thing he said was, what'd John do now? Where's my brother? Oh, which made us all laugh. As we got closer to the boat, there were some girls at the carnival sign, and they yelled at the guys to come take pics with them. Joe was like, I'll do it. And Jordan was like, what a nice guy. So we went and got pics with Joe. It was the most amazing.
But he was like, hard pass.
Right? What a nice guy.
I'm gonna go on the boat though. You have fun, Joe. Peace out.
It was the most amazing thing that happened on the cruise, and I'll never forget it. Selfies are great, but having stories like this are everything. I love this story, and these pictures, they are like part of the entourage. Just
I like the hand picture because that's like totally something I would do. Like put my hand out and be like, look how close I am. But I'm not touching. I'm not touching.
That's awesome.
So cool. So cool.
I know. These are great pictures.
I love it.
What a great experience.
Yes. Like, that picture of you and Joe. Let me just tell you.
I'm going to tell you something right there.
I love that picture. But I'd be like, hey, can we look at each other as we're posing?
Can we hold hands and gaze into each other's eyes?
Yes, I want that picture. I think he'd do that with me. I'd be like, "Hey, Joe, can we do this? Like one picture? Can you just hold my hand, and, like look into each other's eyes lovingly?" He'd be like, "No, you crazy."
I think that he would do it.
I think that's inappropriate.
I think that's inappropriate.
Just like my dreams.
He gave Ashley a ride. I think he would do that with you.
That's true. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth.
He's got like heart of gold, that man.
He sure does. He really does. I feel like they all do. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh,
all of them.
I mean, they know. They love their fans.
They sure do.
And it shows. It shows.
Yes.
So
thank you, Misty, for that story.
That's awesome. Thank you. And thank you for sharing.
And Misty was with Katie. So this is like, these are like two.
It's like two, like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. And so I figured that we would use now, Katie still has like part of a story that we're going to read, but I just figured we'd use her cruise story because why not? Right?
Absolutely.
Because it's like, we haven't really done a whole lot of cruise things since
a while.
Yeah. Because, but I think we're ready.
Ready to hear some
I'm ready for the cruise stories. Bring it. All
right. So I'll read then Katie's story.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Days in New Orleans and on the boat. We left on Wednesday and went immediately to the Omni Riverfront as the pop-up store times were announced early that morning, and Danny Wood was scheduled to be there for selfies. OMG. First pinch me moment. Kim, how do you say that? Cherie? Sherry?
Cherie, that looks right.
Yeah, and I, sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Sherry. Yeah, okay, Sherry. And I walked into the hotel, and immediately to my left was Big Dan. Oh, wow. This is getting real now. We lined up to meet Danny, and it went amazingly well. The line was long, but the store was great, and getting to socialize with other blockheads and meet people from all over the world that we maybe make face-to-face contact. With people we only had known from social media. Another observation I made was that everyone on the boat had either been on the cruise 3, 4, 5, or more times, or it was their first. Ours was our first cruise, but we didn't meet a soul who was only on their second voyage. When we finally got to Danny, he was just adorable, and being that this was my first time meeting any of them, we got several selfies with Big Dan, and Danny took 3 shots with each of us to make sure we all got a good photo. Danny was super sweet. Terry talked to him about his Star Wars shirt he was wearing. She ended up telling him about her Star Wars-themed media room at her house, and her Star Wars edition Nissan Rogue. Wait, they have Star Wars edition Nissan Rogues?
Wow.
I did not know that. I am also not a huge Star Wars fan. So, but I didn't know that. That's cool.
But I think that Terry's a huge fan.
Clearly. I mean,
Kevin and Terry and Brody could probably talk for hours.
They probably could. And I would sit there and be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Later that night, we attended the NKOTB pre-party at the Sugar Mill in New Orleans. This place was really neat, kind of like a warehouse that was built for big parties. Our guys came in and rocked the house, dancing and playing around with one another and taking selfies. Earlier in that day, I met another amazing girl I had made friends with on Facebook way prior to the actual trip. Sarai?
That sounds right.
Okay. Also a Jordan girl. Yeah. We met and clicked right away. She told me she was going to make it a priority to help me get a Jordan selfie. Oh, I love her already. We stood to the left side of the stage and got some amazing pics and videos of Jordan and the other guys. We did not get selfies with him that night, but he definitely stayed on our side of the stage and we could see very well. Joe also stayed pretty close to our side of the stage, but this arena was small and it was all general admission seating, so everyone was standing, dancing, etc. Being that we were in New Orleans, the guys threw some Mardi Gras beads out and wore some too. I ended up catching 2 strands of beads from Joe. The girl behind me almost ripped my fingers off for a set of plastic small Mardi Gras beads. Oh, hey.
Oh.
I handed her one of the strands because I'm nice and I didn't want to lose my fingers. After the pre-party, our group of girls from Deck 2 ventured for a short trip to Bourbon Street for some food and then back to the hotel to sleep our last good night of sleep before boarding the boat. Smart. On sail away day 1, we slept in and didn't try to get to the port super early or see the fellas board the ship. We figured there would be plenty of time for seeing them other places. Some of our buddies did get there in time to see the fellas board the ship and get some selfies. Maybe next year I'll try to do this. I cannot explain the feeling of when those guys come out on that Lido deck for the first time. They come outside on the deck and the excitement is palpable. Then they come down to the stage one by one, and when Donnie leads the oath, it is electric. It's like sealing a bond that we are there to have a good time and spread love, like butter on mother effing bread, according to Donnie, and leave all problems behind. This oath hit me hard because as much as I love New Kids on the Block, I had a really rough year at my work this year, and the day before I left to go on the cruise, I was dealt a really personal low blow by my supervisor, which involved him threatening to look for reasons to fire me when I returned from my vacation. Ooh. That oath hit me hard about leaving that hurt at home and spreading love and being kind and letting things go. It touched my heart and reeled me in. Our spot on the deck ended up being fantastic because we were right between the main stage and one of the smaller stages. Everywhere you turn, a new kid. Perfect. Pure perfect. At one point during the sail away party, I look over my shoulder, and there is Danny right there. As cool as a cucumber, I just said, "Oh, hey, Danny," like we were besties and took a selfie with him. This pic is one of my favorites. We totally look like we were honeymooners.
Oh, yeah.
After the sail away party, our Group B was scheduled for NKOTB Jeopardy. This would be our first experience in the assigned seating area. As we were in a less expensive room, we did have a slightly obstructed view and a balcony seat in the game show. It was still hilarious and so much fun. We could see perfectly fine, and Joe affectionately renamed our game show Suck It, because the questions were not being given in traditional Jeopardy format where the answer could be given in the form of a question. Clearly that bothered him.
I love it. I love that it bothered him. No, like, I don't love that he's bothered, but I love that he, like, gets bothered by little things like, hey, this needs to be done the right way, guys.
That would bother me, too.
I can relate to that, Joe. By the way, you sound amazing.
Oh, good. I hear a little voice, so I'm pausing for a second. Okay. Sorry, I just heard her say to my mom, she's not getting ready anymore. She is talking to Nikki, and she is hiding in the closet. This is true. All right.
This is the truth. I'm keeping that in.
The shenanigans. Okay, I'll continue. The shenanigans of the boys were strong in our Jeopardy group. Jordan gave a great introduction dance, and Donnie helped Danny show off his physique by helping him take his shirt off. I believe I've seen that video.
Oh, I think I have too.
Yeah. From what I understand, Group A got Joe wearing a towel. Kind of wish I had seen that. I feel like I saw that video too.
I feel like I got texted that picture. And I was like, what is happening and why am I not there?
What is this? Following the game show, our group had a fabulous dinner in the fancy dining hall with Kim and Sherry and enjoyed Carnival's famous chocolate melting cake. That sounds delicious. At Blockhead Ball that night.
Can I get more than one?
Absolutely. They bring you whatever you want.
I'm ready for cruise control, and then I'll just be thinking about that. Like, I'll put it up on my vision board.
What, the cake?
Yeah.
You're going to put on your vision
You
board?
can enjoy this. Yeah, you can enjoy this. But for now, you need to eat this.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The payoff will be real.
Now I'm going to get a trifold board. My visions.
That's smart. I should do that. We should do that together.
Put it right up. Yeah, let's do it. I'll get the trifold boards this week.
Okay. At Blockhead Ball that night, we got all fancied up in our best outfits and best New Kids on the Block gear, earrings, pretty necklaces, and headed back to the Lido deck. This time we positioned ourselves behind the left side stage. Jordan and John made their way to the small stage right in front of us. I mean, like I could seriously reach out and touch him. All the girls around us were dancing and having a great time. The girls in front of me had the most adorable Jordan on a stick, with a pic of young tuxedo-wearing Jordan and also a Donnie on a stick. But Jordan came over and grabbed the stick from them and took some pics with it. That night, Donnie stated that we were going to party on the deck late and that tomorrow night we'd go a little later. And on the last night, we would not be leaving the Lido deck until the sun came up. I think we made it to bed around 3 a.m.
Hey.
Day 2. We get up around 9 a.m. and start getting ready for the group photo. The whole time I was dressing, I was thinking, this isn't just getting dressed. This is getting dressed to go meet the new kids, and more importantly, to go stand with my teen heartthrob for a picture. I would never have believed as a 12-year-old that I would have the chance to be in. We met our group of 10 downstairs and waited in line for our meet and greet opportunity. I had worried for weeks that I was going to say something or trip or stutter and make myself look foolish, because that is what I do. I've done this so many times in the past. Lost my mind, so to speak, when talking to guys I crushed hard on. One can only expect the same thing to happen with your biggest celebrity crush. The photo lineup went way more smooth than I expected. Danny was first for our group in the meet and greet photo op. Terry talked to him again about his current Star Wars shirt he was wearing at the time. She reminded him that she was the one who spoke to him the day before at the pop-up shop about Star Wars, and he ever so cutely smiled and said, "I remember," in his adorable Boston accent. Next in line was Donnie. I'm pretty sure I lost myself here. This is my first real interaction with Donnie. I melted into a puddle of mush, I swear. Donnie looked at me and smiled that fabulous smile and said, "Hey, girl." Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hey.
Insert melting heart here. Donnie gave me a hug, and I'm pretty sure all I could do was smile. No words came to me. Next was Jordan. My man crush for so long was standing right in front of me. We posed for the picture, and then these words started coming out of my mouth that were so calm, cool, and collected. I'm not sure what happened, but the words that came out of my mouth didn't even feel like mine because they didn't sound dumb and actually sounded fun and flirty. I looked at Jordan after the picture, and the words that came out of my mouth were, "I can't wait to show you our superhero costumes for tonight." He looked back and smiled and said, "What you got?" I responded with, "It's a surprise. You're going to have to wait and see." He grinned from ear to ear.
Oh, my.
I know.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
The dimple sucked me in.
Oh, my.
It really did. That's good. When I meet Jordan, I'm like, beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
Bye. I
I
love you. Bye. Who is
I waited for this my entire life.
Who is this cool girl speaking out of my mouth? Because it totally wasn't me. But I was so grateful that I didn't sound dumb. Joe and John were last in the photo op line. I hugged them both pretty good and told them both how much fun we were already having. And the rumors about John's hugs are 100% true. Best hug ever. He was so soft and warm and strong. He's just cuddly. The hand hug from the summer was a great representative of the full body hug in the fall. That felt great. I walked out of there thinking, did that just happen? Second pinch me moment. I walked out of the photo op going, oh my God, I totally flirted with Jordan Knight, and I didn't come off like a fool. What the heck just happened? Seriously. Is this for real? After the photo op, we walked around the ship, took some pics, and got to meet Andrea Barber from Full House because she too was on the cruise as a fan. How cool is that? Following meeting Andrea, we went and watched The Joe Show, in which Joe talked with Andrea, talk show style, about one of my favorite topics, running, and about his new podcast and his plans to move back east next summer. The theme for this night, as I mentioned earlier, was Superhero Night. Terry and I had huge costume plans for Superhero Night. Huge. We put on part of our costumes prior to going to dinner so that we could quickly finish dressing after dinner and get ready to go hit the Lido deck to get a spot near the stage. Our superhero costumes turned out epic. Prior to the trip, we decided to go as Waffle House superheroes, since Terry is a Johnny girl and he loves some Waffle House. We wore black jeans, black aprons that said Waffle House, blue polo-style shirts, and visors, also decked out in Waffle House logos and authentic pin-back buttons. We looked so authentic. If one person stopped and complimented our costumes, at least 20 other cruisers stopped and told us they loved our costumes. We even had capes decorated in Waffle House logo and personalized with New Kids on the Block Cruise 2017. We made our way to the Lido deck and got yet another great spot directly between the small side stage and the main stage. Everywhere you turn, a new kid. We jammed out, and at one point, Terry and I saw Danny point near us, and we thought motion us to come up on the stage. Well, we were not fast enough, and 2 other girls got there ahead of us. And Danny motioned only 2, and we stayed put. We made our way closer to the main stage, and Donnie looked at us in our costumes, pointed at us, and smiled really big and gave us a quick thumbs up. Then he ran to the cameraman, grabbed his camera, and put it right on us. Not once, but twice, flashing us up on the big screen. What? Did that really happen? Why, yes, it did. Later in the party, the DJ played Conga by Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, and Donnie started up a conga line running across the boat. I love that song, by the way.
Me too.
Sarai and I joined the conga line behind Donnie and several other blockheads. We did the conga with Donnie. What? What? When the song was over, we were on the opposite side of the stage from where we started, but in an even better spot for watching both stages. Music is loud and we are dancing, and the song that is playing is Crash. I look up and Captain America, aka Joe McIntyre, is standing right by me dancing. He grabbed my hand and danced with me for, I know, at least a full minute, jumping up and down to Crash. Pinch me moment, what are we on 4 now? And we're only 2 days into the trip. What? Day 3 was Cozumel Day. We took the opportunity to sleep until around 11. That sounds lovely. And decided to get off the boat, go do some shopping in Cozumel. Misty, Terry, and I walked around the little shops and restaurants and took some pictures. Another blockhead was kind enough to let us know she spotted Jordan and Joe getting massages at the massage place in the port. By this time, it was about 30 minutes until we had to get back on board the boat. We decided that if Jordan and Joe were in the port also, that they too would have to get back on board the boat. We sat quietly near the walkway back to the boat. Then Terry spotted them and said, "There's Jordan." We got up quietly and started walking behind him and his security guy. Terry kept saying, "Katie, call his name. Do it. Do it." I was too nervous, so Terry called his name out a couple times and then asked the security guy if we could get some pictures. We may have taken a few pictures from behind and maybe a video of us walking beside him or behind him.
Hey, it's like we've already heard this story.
I know. It's like deja vu. Somewhere in the midst of this, we noticed Joe walking ahead of Jordan. Security would not allow us to take pictures, stating that it would cause a bottleneck of people going back to the ship. We were polite and continued chatting with security. As we were walking, an ambulance passed us going towards the cruise ship. Jordan looks up at the ambulance going toward the ship and he says, "Where'd John do now? Where's my brother?" I'm so glad I didn't have a drink in my mouth because I'm quite sure I would have spit it through my nose. It was so funny. We all laughed really hard. Although we didn't get a photo of this, the memory is ours and we are all there and heard it. As we approached the ship, we came to the Carnival Life Preserver stand that is there to make Carnival's professional vacation pictures. And Joe walks back to us and starts taking pictures of us at the Carnival Photo Life Preserver. How amazing is that? Misty, Terry, and I, along with a small group of maybe 15 blockheads, got to take photos with him there. Yet another pinch me moment. After taking the pictures, we continued back to the boat behind Jordan and Joe and their security. Another funny moment when we got back to the ship was that when we were supposed to show our sail and sign cards, which is your identification to get back on the boat, Jordan didn't have his out and ready. So we had to wait for him. I was close enough to see that it was behind card in his wallet. That is mighty close, y'all. Yeah, it is. If you could see it in his wallet, you were right there.
Hey.
After returning to the ship, Group A had their Joe Time show. At that time, my friends and I walked around checking out the ship, going to the merchandise store, looking at pictures in Carnival's gallery. We noticed that security had left the door open to the Joe show, and we may or may not have stayed outside the door to get a second look and listen for the last few minutes. Following our second Joe show, we went and got dressed for Neon Night and returned to the auditorium for Group B's NKOTB concert in the auditorium.
Fun.
We had balcony seats for this. Again, the boys did not disappoint, and following the concert, we headed out to the Lido deck for Neon Night. On Neon Night, I got my first selfie on my phone with Donnie. This picture is so good. I kept looking at it and saying to myself, did this really happen? Before this cruise, I had high expectations for how nice Donnie and all the rest of the guys were. I can honestly say that Donnie exceeded my expectations of niceness by far, and everyone else did not disappoint either. One cannot explain Donnie's positivity and love. The light this man gives off is unbelievable. Earlier in the evening, my friends Kim and Sherry stopped me and quietly told me that they had armbands for Terry and I for Donnie's after party, and that they had been lucky enough to be invited in the night before.
What?
We made a plan to meet near the entrance of the party. When we arrived, we were unable to find Kim and Sherry, but we got in a line of people waiting for the possibility to go in. We were told that if there was room, they would allow a certain number of people from the line to go in. We did not make it in, but we did make memories while standing in that line. Some of the best times in the boat were spent waiting with other amazing blockheads, making friends and telling our stories. See, I think that's cool. I like her attitude.
Oh, no big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, no big deal.
I like that. That's
right.
Cool.
It was like, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
No expectations. Just take it as it comes.
Exactly.
Have a good time.
I need to, like, that's like my whole thing is that I want to go into this with zero expectations. So, like, worst case scenario, well, maybe I should say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I get on the boat, I'm super sick. Yeah, I make it out to the show. You know, like, because I gotta do that, so I'm not disappointed. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I shouldn't say, because, like, I'm not going in with any expectations. I'm saying going in, like, worst case scenario, what could happen, what could go wrong.
Right. Well, because, I mean, things happen.
Yeah, exactly.
After 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep, we get up, and it is now Sunday. The weather started to get bad on Sunday. I'm sure you have read other blockhead stories of camping out on the Lido deck in the rain to await the planned acoustic New Kids on the Block show. The outdoor concert was canceled due to the weather. We walked around the boat, looking at door decorations and hanging out. We especially kept our eyes on Deck 7, as this is where the boys stay. We sat and talked with other blockheads and some super sweet security guys. We kept hearing rumors that staff was setting up in the piano bar or in the main bar in the atrium of the ship. We decided to go check out the atrium. After a few minutes, Joe McIntyre showed up and performed for 3 solid hours.
Let's let that thing sink in for a second. 3 hours.
That's a long time.
3 hours.
That's a long time.
Of Joey McIntyre.
That's like your heaven.
I would be like, all my dreams have come true. Okay, sorry.
We watched a little bit of Joe's performance and decided that the chance to see Jordan on Deck 7 was worth it to try for again. We did see him come out of his room a couple times, eating a sandwich with his shoes off. Again, a memory without a photo that we will share forever. Due to the acoustic show being canceled.
Robbie.
What'd you say?
I think of Robbie.
Oh, Robbie. Oh. Due to the acoustic show being canceled, everyone was worried that GPS night might also be canceled due to the weather. However, the rain subsided and GPS night was on. I did not go all out for GPS night. I simply had a cute baseball-style shirt with a cutout of the shape of Florida and a heart cut out over my hometown and a cute pair of white shorts. Nothing too fancy, and it was very comfortable. We danced the night away. At one point, Donnie changed from his blingy Boston-themed shirt to a shirt that said Donnie Wahlberg for president.
Yes.
He gave a fantastic acceptance speech to the nomination, and at the end of the speech, he tossed his Boston-themed shirt into the crowd. It all happened so fast. My phone was up videoing, and at a second, the t-shirt flies right over my phone, kind of ringing it, and my friend and roommate, Terry, caught it. Again, did this really happen? It totally did. As she caught the shirt, you can hear Joe in my video saying, and this is the first controversy of the candidacy, talking about the shirt being caught. As the night wore on, we continued to dance and have a blast. At one point, I got a great photo of John and Donnie looking my way, and it appears that John is pointing either at me or at the small group of girls in front of me and smiling really big. The next thing I remember is John waving and motioning for either the girls in front of me or me, not really sure who he was motioning for exactly, but they start to go up on the stage and I followed them. I thought that Terry and Sarai were coming behind me, and as I climbed the stairs, I realized I'm the last one. My squad is not behind me. Oh well, you only live once, right?
YOLO!
I'm now up on the stage dancing with a small group of maybe 15 people along with John and Donnie. I kept thinking they were going to look at me and say, no, not you, you go back. But they didn't.
Aww.
This is a memory that I was lucky enough for some of my blockhead sisters to get pictures of. Besides having a front row seat for Donnie and John's bromance speech, which was hilarious, I watched John spin several of the girls around dancing on the stage, and I also watched him talk with Hyde from Japan right next to me. The next thing I know, John looks up at me from a few feet away, smiling big, and I see him mouth, "I gotta pee." Again, did that just happen? It truly did. John mouthed to me that he had to pee. As I've noted so many times, these memories will forever be with me. Around 6 a.m., John made his way off the stage, and the rest of us did too. I was secretly hoping for one last opportunity for a John selfie. As we left the stage, I felt like I was being pushed from behind. I assumed it was security trying to get to John, and I let them by, but I continued to feel pushed afterwards, and I looked up and I was chest to chest with Donnie, wearing his romper. I got one more Donnie selfie as we were exiting the stage. Ending the night in the early morning with Donnie's romper chest to chest with me was unbelievable. On the way back inside, we ran into Donnie one last time in the hallway. My last photo with him. I look a horrible mess, and he is adorable as ever. But even though I don't think I look attractive in the photo, I love the picture. It captures the moment that says I just danced all night, literally, and the last 30 minutes were on the stage with John and Donnie in 100% heat and humidity. I am sweaty, and my hair is frizzy, and I love it. My squad and I went back to our cabin for one last visit, and of course to take pictures and maybe a sniff or two of Donnie's shirt. We packed our bags and went to grab some breakfast before getting off the boat and sadly back to reality. Each and every one of us vowed that we will be back on that boat again next year. It really is surreal, and it is so difficult to explain to those who have not been there the exact feeling that being on the boat brings. It was the most amazing trip and a true childhood dream come true. The only thing I can really compare it to is being a child and getting your first glimpse of what Santa has brought on Christmas. Only that glimpse lasts a full 4 days, or being at the Magic Kingdom. Let me also explain that post-cruise depression and post-tour depression are real. Coping with PCD includes looking at your 1,400 pictures over and over again, looking at your blockhead sisters' photos and videos, and watching your videos over and over again, reminding yourself that this really did happen and was not just an elaborate dream. Thank you for allowing me to tell my story and making me write it down. As I have learned, the longer you go without writing things down, you forget the small details. I will have a document to look back on with most of the details still intact. People in my everyday life are tired of hearing it. They're happy for me, but none of them experienced loving a group so deeply as a preteen and dreaming nightly of meeting them, or believing that if I could just get the chance to meet them, they would at least like me as a friend, maybe more. I only needed a chance. That's it, a chance. 2 Hangin' Tough concerts, 1 Magic Summer concert, and almost 27 years later, the Total Package tour brought my first personal interactions with the new kids. Something as simple as handshakes and smiles and tapping Jordan's shoulder changed my life. I have always have believed that dreams come true, but this time I actually experienced it. In 2014, as soon as I found out that there was a New Kids on the Block cruise, I dreamed, but I did not believe I would ever be able to afford it to actually go on something so amazing. I'm so thankful that my mother supported my dream as a preteen and as an adult. Her offer to help me led me to make the decision to get on the boat and have the time of my life, and in turn has motivated me to go above and beyond and work overtime, work nonstop, to earn money to get my butt on that boat again in 2018. Cruise 10, here I come. Watch out, New Kids on the Block. My squad and I know what we're doing now, and already missed you guys before we stepped off the boat. So when we see you again, the hugs will be harder and less reserved. Brooke and Nikki, once you have been on the cruise, you will feel a sense of family with Blockhead sisters and New Kids on the Block that is truly unbelievable. Do I believe they know me by name? No, but I do believe they remember faces in certain incidents, highlights, if you will. And I know with my whole heart that they are the sweetest, most adorable, genuinely humble men who appreciate my love for them.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. And you know what? She's right about the whole, writing things down. And the longer you wait, the less the details fade away.
The truth.
I think that's great.
It's the truth.
That's a really, really good point. And
it is. And the one thing I think that helps, but the reason why we ask people to write things down is because I feel like you're able to recount things a little bit better when you do write it down than just coming on.
I agree.
And I've had a lot of people say, hey, it's just really hard for me to write it down. Honestly, if you were to come on the podcast anyway, we'd have to do an outline. So we're going to have to write it down anyway.
Right.
You know, like, and I don't mean that. I mean, I hope that doesn't come off in like a bad way, but, you know, because we have to stay on topic and figure out, you know, what we're going to discuss and stuff like that. So it just helps when you do have a story to kind of just sit down and recount. It doesn't have to be long. Right. It doesn't even have to be like, you don't even have to tell the whole thing. You could just have like some Cedric, for example. He recently emailed us and he broke down some like really great moments that he had on the cruise. People call him Zeddy. Right? Okay. Zeddy?
Yeah, I think so.
It just break it down. Just break down your moments. It will help you remember things. And you know, if anything, it will have you'll have that for yourself too.
Right.
So I'm glad that you appreciated that, Katie. Thank you.
That's awesome.
And for those of you who have like asked that, please do not take offense. Like it's no, like, I'm not intending this to be offensive at all.
Right.
I feel so bad when you guys are like, oh, I just really don't want to write it down. But we've decided like that's how we're going to do things.
That's how it works. And that's how people, you know, they like to hear it. They like it delivered that way. I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you know, it's like storytelling.
Exactly. And you don't have to tell all of them. We can just tell a couple, we read it, and then maybe we have you on the podcast and we talk about something completely different.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So it just gives us the opportunity to read it, and we show your pictures and we're able to talk through it too, because we're all about sharing stories, right, Brooke?
Absolutely. So, Katie, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Katie.
I know that was a lot of work, and we appreciate it.
It was, yeah, I know. It was a lot of work. We really do appreciate it.
But like she said, she'll have that forever.
Right.
She can look back on it, and those details that she might otherwise forget will be there. That's pretty neat. And
exactly,
we have some links to some videos too on our website. So, you know, go see the pictures.
Actually, I'm gonna put the videos right on the website.
Oh, like embed them.
Yeah, cool. I just hadn't gotten to that yet.
No, that's great. That's
but you gotta watch them if you haven't.
I think
they're great.
Some, but I'm gonna go through and watch them all and make sure that
I know, like, at least 2 of them we've watched together.
Yeah.
So
cool.
These are great.
So
these are wonderful. All right, thank you, Katie.
Thanks.
So now we have Drew's story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read Drew's story. Here we go. Hello, Brooke and Nikki. I went on my first cruise in 2016. It was something I'd always dreamt of, but had been putting off for years. My best friend from middle school and high school, Sharon, spoke about it when New Kids on the Block first started doing them. Neither of us could go because I was a single mom at the time and didn't have anyone to stay with my toddler. Sharon couldn't go because her husband would have freaked out about her spending money. We didn't go. We spoke about it several times over the years, but neither of us could make it happen. Sharon was a teacher, and the school year was about to start. She had been sick with what she thought was a cold and went to the urgent care thinking she could get some medication to get better. Oh, no.
Mm.
She was not prepared to hear that she actually had lungs full of... Oh, no. Oh, no. She had lungs, oh my gosh, full of... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I did not read this part. Lungs full of tumors, and the cancer had spread to her spine. Oh, Sharon. Drew, I'm so sorry. She went through intense chemo,
hold on.
but was not well enough
sorry.
on the cruise. You can actually mute it if
you
want
to.
Yeah. Do you see the little microphone?
Oh,
so like when I'm talking, I've been muting it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, sorry. I'm going to mute it just because I have a visitor.
You're fine.
Okay, cool.
Hey, no problem.
Cool.
You're fine. Okay, so she went through intense chemo, but was not well enough to go on the cruise. We talked about it. Less than 2 years later, she died. I'm so sorry, Drew. So sorry. We never got to go on the cruise together, so I made myself a promise the next cruise I was going to go. Oh, Drew. I had a hard time finding friends to go on the cruise, but was happy that a coworker at my new job, Julie, also a Joy girl, said she would love to go. Her best friend from New Kids on the Block days, Jess, also agreed to go. There we were, a triple. I remember booking the room like it was yesterday. I told my boss I had an appointment and stayed home to book during pre-sale. Hey, that's a good idea. I was shaking. Somehow I managed to book a room on deck 8. The anticipation built throughout the next 9 months. I still hadn't met Julie's friend Jess, though, so I was hoping we would all get along. We met up in New Orleans the day before the cruise sailed away. We were fast friends, and I can't imagine not being on that cruise with either of them. I did get a little emotional the first night. I felt like I was a third wheel on a trip of 2 best friends. So I think that this happens often, like anytime there's a 3. And I know that Brooke and I experienced this.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was always like you and I could do stuff together and Darcy and I could do stuff together. But if it was like 3 of us for an extended period of time, I think whenever there's like a one-off, even if it's, not intentional at all.
Right.
You feel that way, but it's not intentional.
Right. Exactly.
So when I found out that they had triples on the cruise, I was like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just automatically, anytime somebody said I'm going somewhere and it's going to be this person, and this person, or like me with 2 other people, them with 2 other people, I'm always like, you might want to rethink that. And I don't mean to be negative about it. It's just that the 3 of us have been friends for how long?
Forever.
And we know, right. And we just know that and it doesn't happen all the time, but it's just the dynamic of 3 people.
Right.
So I'm just putting it out there. And again, she said, I feel like I was the third wheel on a trip of 2 best friends. The one trip that Sharon and I should have been on together. Oh, Drew.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I pulled Julie, who was a fellow social worker, aside and told her how I was feeling. I'm going to I get unemotional. Because I can feel it. Yeah. I can feel it. I can feel what she was going through. A huge weight was lifted that I had simply acknowledged my grief over not making the trip with Sharon. Even so, we had a blast. And I cannot do this, you guys. If I can give you one piece of advice, don't ever let things stew.
No.
Just don't.
No.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And you know what? If you end up talking it out and expressing your emotions to your friend and they take it, then maybe you need to think about that friendship. I'm just going to say that.
No, I'm in 100% agreement. Because
you and I.
Yep.
This is our biggest thing. We do not end conversations upset at one another. We do not go to bed or end a night. We talk it out until we're fine.
Right.
More than fine.
And sometimes that takes 2 hours.
Sometimes it does.
But we do it because It's important because our end goal is the same. We are friends.
Right.
And we will always be friends. And
right. And nothing's going to come in between that.
Exactly. So when something is irritating one friend, or if you just have something on your mind, you need to get off your mind, you need to clear the air, you need to do something, just do it. Because if they're your friends, they'll talk it out with you and work it out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And if they're not the type to do that, maybe explain to them this. You can use us for an example if you would like.
Absolutely. You short that?
Because I'm telling you, it works. It works. It works. I have if I let things stew.
That's not good.
No. And same with Brooke. We just can't, the thing is, if I let things stew, then stupid things start adding on top of each other that don't even matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's with anything.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, I've had friends that I thought were very close friends, and I've had that talk with them and it didn't work out.
Right.
But then now I know it sucks. So you got to be prepared for that, you know, that it might not work out, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not having that relationship with them.
Right.
Because I know for the long haul, I wouldn't want to put that time in anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, it's an important relationship.
It sure is.
It is.
So you guys, if you guys are like, hey, Nikki, I think you need to take it down a notch. You know, if you're my friend, you know, I think you need to just like chill the hell out. Okay? Cool.
Honesty is the best policy.
But you got to be ready to take it. That's another thing. You got to be ready.
Yep.
And there are often times that I have to reposition myself because you got to be ready because nobody's perfect.
That's right.
So
nobody. I don't care.
That's my spiel.
I don't care who you are. Nobody's perfect.
So on the boat, if something happens, maybe talk it out.
Yes.
Maybe don't do it if you're all drunk, though.
True.
Oh, sorry, Drew. Okay. So they had a blast. That's awesome. My favorite story is how we got passes to Donnie's after party on Glow Night. Woo! Julie drank too much and passed out with her shoes on. Hey, Julie. What's up? In her room on deck 8 when we were going to use the bathroom. That sounds like something I would do. Probably with pizza in hand. Okay, the perk of deck 8, you can use your own bathroom. Hey. Is that Lido?
That's a huge perk. I think that's one deck down from Lido. I think Lido's 9.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Jess and I think Lido is 9 on this one. Maybe on a different ship, it's deck 8? Maybe? Or is Lido like always, do they always have like the same number floors?
It could be on deck 8 on another ship.
Hey.
I'm not sure.
Okay. We met some blockheads. Jess and I developed a tradition of getting pizza at the pizza deck behind Lido deck after the Lido party. Also, another tip, best pizza. I'm excited for this. I'm going to eat it. We'll see. We met some blockheads and we were talking about how we had never met the guys besides my brief photo op with Joe in New York City and selfie with John earlier that day. We were discussing how we didn't even want to interrupt them and didn't feel like fighting over other fans to get to them. I feel you on this, and I'm sure Brooke does too.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because I can't remember who I was talking to. They're like, oh, you're going to get so many selfies. I think if Joe came at me, I don't think I'd dare to be like, hey, can we take a selfie? I don't think I'd be able to do it. I don't think I'd be able to be that quick.
No, I wouldn't be able to either.
So, okay. Let me see. We were discussing how we didn't even want them to interrupt them and didn't feel like fighting over the other fans to get to them. A few minutes later, a woman with an all-access pass came and told us that she overheard our conversation and wanted to give us access. What? Give us passes to Donnie's after party. Jess and I played it cool and must have practically passed out. We had after party passes. That is amazing. We tried to get into the party the night before. Yes. We tried to get into the party the night before without them, but just couldn't get in. This was our chance. I wonder if this was this past cruise.
I don't know.
Like what Katie was saying. That they lined up. I wonder if you met Katie. Worlds are colliding. They collide.
Look at each other's pictures and see if you have somebody in the background. See if you see yourself.
Well, Drew didn't give us any pictures,
No,
but maybe Drew can look at her pictures. Yeah. Okay. This was our chance. We got back to our room and woke up Julie in her shoes and likely our neighbors after screaming. Julie still has her shoes on at this point. Then we started to worry we didn't actually have the passes. Would this random all-access pass person actually produce our after-party passes? The next day, we started to worry as we hadn't heard from anyone. Later that afternoon, we got a call from our Donnie After Pass lady who told us to come get our passes. Yee! Julie passed out early again that night with her shoes on. It doesn't say that, but I wonder if her shoes were on. So Jess and I went to the party on our own. Oh, poor Julie. Julie needs her sleep, I think. I love you, Julie.
I feel like we are kindred spirits.
Yes.
That's the right word.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I would need my sleep.
Like Anne Shirley. Like Anna Green Gables and her friend.
Yeah.
They were kindred spirits. So Jess and I went to the party on our own. Donnie and Jenny were there. Okay, so this wasn't this past one. It must have been the one before that because this past one, Jenny wasn't there. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Donnie hugged and kissed Jess several times. Eee! I didn't get any hugs or kisses. I can only imagine because I was everywhere that Donnie was. Apparently, drunk Drew must follow Donnie around. Not a good look. Note to future drunk self, don't follow him around. It's freaky. Oh, she said, I didn't get any hugs or kisses, and I can only imagine because I was everywhere that Donnie was. So she was like following him.
She was just always there.
That's a riot. Poor drunk Drew.
I know.
Because you just don't know. Like you have a few drinks and you're like, this seems like a good idea. I'm just gonna go and do
be
this.
Everywhere he is.
I'm single, ready to mingle right here. That's what I'd be like. It's a party. Where's the pizza? Okay. We somehow managed to get 30 minutes of sleep and get up to go to an excursion in Cozumel. The pictures from the excursion are hilarious. I was passed out in a sunbed all day. Oh, no. As in full-on snoring. It was worth it, though. What a blast. Drew, I want to see these pictures. I bet they're amazing.
I know.
And if you don't want to share them on the website, that's fine. I would just like to see them myself.
Show us.
Yeah.
We won't share it.
My moral of the story is, if you want to go on the cruise, don't wait. Life's too unpredictable. I spoke to Sharon's husband before I went on the cruise, and he expressed sadness that she and I never went together. Oh. He said that if he could do it all over again, he would have made her get on that boat. Oh my gosh. No. I'm going to cry. I'm going to just counting. Math. Okay. All right. Whew. You can always get a side hustle to pay for it. You can always use your tax return. Just get on the boat. I'll be on that boat this year, and I'm taking Sharon with me in spirit. Aww. Julie can't come, but Jess is committed. We can't wait. We'll see you on the boat. Love eternal, Drew.
Oh, thank you, Drew. I'm so sorry about your friends. I love
you. And I love Sharon. And Sharon will be there. She was with you last time.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for sharing this story.
Thank you.
And you're so right. Yeah. Don't wait. Get on the boat.
That's right.
I'm glad that we're doing that, Brooke.
Yep. Me too.
Can you freaking going on this boat? Like we're going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we're going. This is insanity. We get another story, and it's from Jennifer. So this is Jennifer's story. Now, Jennifer is the one that gave us the time capsule box, which is amazing.
That was awesome. Really awesome.
So I have to tell a quick, brief story. It's tax season. Tax season will be over when this comes out. Hooray! Huzzah! Kevin came in my office, and there was one of the rocks that Jennifer had made us. And if you haven't seen them, we have them on our Facebook group. She hand painted these rocks, and they are gorgeous. So Kevin sits down in the chair, and he's looking at this rock, and he's talking about it. And I was like working or whatever, and he's like, "Are you sure that she hand painted this? Because this is amazing. Do you realize how amazing this rock is?" And he just keeps like talking about it. Like, I love the rocks. They are amazing. I agree. But like, he was into the rocks. He sat there and talked about those rocks for 5 to 10 minutes.
He was all about it.
He was all about it. He just sat there and talked about the rocks. So after he was done, I had to tell her. I was like, okay, I just have to tell you that Kevin he'll talk about things, but he's kind of even, like he was so excited about those rocks that he sat there and talked about it for the longest time. And so she was like, I want to make some rocks for him. I'm like, oh my gosh. She was like, don't tell him. I want to surprise him. But she not only wanted to make rocks for him, she wanted to make rocks for Brennan Brody too. So she made the rocks for Kevin, and then she sent them. And when they came, the mailman, I guess like he was like fumbling with the package or because it weighed a lot. because it's full of rocks. And it was like in one of, you know what I mean? Like one of those like padded white plastic packages.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's what it was in. And Kevin, I don't know as if he was like, actually, I think he was saying he was thinking about the mailman. Like, and the mailman going, what is this? Like, I wonder what this is. And then thinking about it, like, again, he was like going over scenarios about it going into that red box because it was in that red box. So, and it was the only thing in the red box. So it like probably thumped and the mailman was probably like, what? Anyway. So he was going through all those scenarios because this was after when he opened them. And she's amazing. You should see the rocks that she did for him. One, now that I want to say it, it's they're like puns, but they're like funny text things like for accountants. And they're a riot. They are a riot. So he has them on his desk shown very proudly. He loves the rocks. The kids just opened their rocks just recently because I wanted them to do it like when they could sit down and unwrap them and enjoy it. So they just opened them just a couple days ago. Bryn was ecstatic because hers says Donny Girl and it's pink and sparkly and she loves it. And she got a New Kids on the Block one and Brody got one that says games, 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 games. And he was like, Mommy, it's like a double meaning because she knows I like games, but she knows I like the song too. Because, you know, he's a gamer.
Yeah. Hardcore gamer.
So anyway, Jennifer, thank you. And Sadie's going to get some rocks. So that will be exciting.
She is?
Yeah. Maybe you didn't see the comment. She wanted to send some to Sadie.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
She said, she tagged you in it and she said, I want to send some to Sadie too. She just wanted to, she didn't know like what kind of thing Sadie was into. So, it's on it's on the ones that I posted of Kevin's rocks.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wants to make some for Sadie and Sadie will love them.
Oh, that's so nice.
So,
I'll go check it out.
Yeah. So I need to post the ones that they did, that she did for Brennan Brody because they are amazing. So cool. Oh, and she made me more rocks too. Let me just tell you.
They're awesome.
They are awesome. So, all right. So I'm going to read Jennifer's story. Here we go. Hi, ladies. I'm finally caught up with the podcast. Well, this was like, I think submitted earlier this winter. So she's been caught up for a while now. Hi, ladies. I'm finally caught up with the podcast so I can submit my New Kids on the Block story. It's a bit long, so feel free to break it into pre and post cruise. Okay, here it goes. Let's go back to the beginning. I fell in love with those 5 boys when I was a young 7-year-old second grader. Yeah, you did. You know what you did. I don't remember how I stumbled upon them, but it was probably another teeny teeny bopper in my class. I remember going to Target. Oh, you had Target when you were 7? I'm jealous.
We didn't have Target when we were 7.
No, we didn't even have Walmart when we were 7.
Nope.
We didn't get Walmart until like the 90s. And I don't even think that Walmart had New Kids on the Block stuff. I don't know. We never went to Walmart.
No.
I think my mom would get on these things where she'd be like, we don't shop big box stores. Now she can't get enough. Because I can remember her going into Walmart for the first time and her being like, they had everything. I mean, they had everything. They had snacks. They had clothes. I was like, well, look at all you've missed. Okay, so I don't remember how I stumbled upon them, but it was probably another tiny teeny bopper in my class. I remember going to Target and looking through the singles section and found my first cassette ever. The kind that was the paper and the cardboard sleeve. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember what single it was, but the side B song was Popsicle. Oh, hey. I love that song. Me too. My sister, who was 5, and I would put on concerts for our imaginary audience from the back patio. Soon our bedroom walls were covered with pictures of the guys. I was a Jordan girl. To this day, I'm still a Jordan girl. He's a god amongst men. My sister, like Nikki, was a Joey girl because he was the younger one. Hey, just makes sense. I can't remember getting changed in the closet. Wait, I can remember getting changed in the closet. What? I can remember getting changed in the closet because I didn't want the guys to see me naked. Do you not see this?
That sounds very familiar.
Did I not just talk about that?
You did.
Okay, Jennifer and I are very alike in many ways, like we found. Like the NSYNC pictures that she did, like she recreated, that's totally something I would have done. Did you see the one where she had like the Christmas lights?
Yes,
she was doing like the Christmas album.
Yes, I did.
Jennifer, soul sisters, kindred spirits. In third and fourth grade, my best friend and I would walk the perimeter of the playground over and over, holding hands, singing New Kids songs. I remember getting my very first NKOTB merch item, the towel, for my birthday. Oh, yeah. Christmas in third grade, I got the Jordan concert doll and the Joey Street doll. The sheets, never the comforter, just the sheets. The neon multicolored fanny pack and a neon orange water bottle. So cool. I'm so jealous. During that time, my best friend and I went roller skating at the rink every Saturday. Oh, yeah. We know what that was all about. Whenever it was someone's birthday, they'd play Happy Birthday. We couldn't wait to have it played in our honor. I still remember roller skating on my 10th birthday to John singing Happy Birthday to me.
Aww.
That's amazing. All I can remember from roller skating is... Oh, no, no. Sweet like you're 16.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. And you're mine. You're mine, mine, mine. That's what they always used to play when we do the corner game at Skate Scene.
Yep, I remember.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then
loved it.
Have to go to your corner.
You know what I bet we could find is the Incredible Sunday video.
Okay.
That Rama was on.
I've looked for it. And
you haven't been able to find it?
I did find it. And
stop it.
But they've since taken it down off of the YouTube channel, like this content is blocked and that sort of thing. So
why?
Yeah, I had it like saved in my history.
I wonder if we can ask the person if they could let us.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, because you guys have to see that. You have to see the skating rink that we used to go to. And like Rama went to school with us and she was on this show called Incredible Sunday because she could do the skate limbo.
Yeah.
Where you split and you on your roller skates. Did you guys do that?
A bunch of kids on there doing it.
I always hit my butt on the pole. They would go ching ching.
I couldn't do like a split. Like I couldn't go down like
that. I couldn't get my butt down. I couldn't get my butt down low enough. Like I could get it a little bit, but I couldn't get it down because I used to take skate lessons.
You did?
Yeah, and like you'd like warm up and you'd do that.
Oh.
I learned how to dance skate. That's where I learned how to dance skate. Remember how they used to dance skate?
I think I do. Like the shuffle?
Couldn't twirl. No, it's like a couple skate, but you're kind of like, you're not just like holding on. You're like,
I know what you're saying.
And like you can, and then you flip back, you go back. I could only do it with Walt, the guy that did the lessons.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
He was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
Dude. I mean, he wasn't like creepy.
He wasn't like weird.
So, no. So anyway, sorry about that. Just need to take that tangent. I'm all about the tangents. By the way, we have a new t-shirt design that somebody has requested.
Had an idea.
It says, I like the way you tangent. I'll wear that.
Me too.
I'm on it. Fast forward to 2008. I keep hearing the song on the radio that I really liked. I kept telling my friends, I think that's Jordan. I think that's New Kids on the Block. Everyone told me I was crazy. Finally, I was able to catch the DJ announce, that was a new single, Summertime, by New Kids on the Block.
Oh my God.
NKOTB. I still remember exactly where I was, going over a speed bump a block from my home. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
They announced the first reunion tour, and my sister and I were going to go. Last minute, like 2 days before the show, I had to go. I got us oh wait. They weren't going to go. So they announced the first reunion tour and they weren't going to go. Last minute, like 2 days before the show, I had to go. I got us tickets for like $15.
What?
Jealous. We were literally the last row in the arena. Our backs were there to the wall, and it made us a bit dizzy to look down. Hey, I know what you're saying by that because Brooke and I were there. Justin Timberlake. I know we've talked about it before, and it sucks. Hashtag never again. Lady Gaga opened, and I'm pretty sure she was wearing a weird bumblebee costume. So I don't remember when we went, when Darcy, it was Darcy, Michelle, Bethany, and I.
Yeah.
When we went, Lady Gaga must have opened.
I feel like she must have.
Because the next tour we did, it was the dancers.
Jabberwockies?
But I can't remember. Jabberwockies, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it must have been.
Maybe. So I saw Lady Gaga in concert. Possibly. I just don't remember. I was just so like tunnel vision. I cannot believe I'm seeing New Kids on the Block that I don't recall anything except for the picture that I took. That was Jordan, and Darcy is in the picture, and I took it to give to you because it was like Jordan up close. Do you remember that?
Yep. I do remember that.
But it was like on the screen. Yeah.
I do remember that.
I was like, I gotta take this for Brooke because he's right there on the screen, not like right there. Our backs were to the wall. Okay, I already said that. My sister and I were like, who is this weird chick? Fast forward to intermission. The arena was only about half full. Security came up to where we were and told everyone to move down and fill all the empty seats. We were able to get third row on the lower level right behind the floor seats. Are you freaking kidding me?
That's awesome.
Are you kidding? That's amazing. We got the treat of having Lady Gaga sing Big Girl Now with them. That's awesome. That was at the beginning of our obsession. We saw them on tour a few times, but never could afford to do VIP or meet and greet or anything like that. Me being a poor teacher and her a college student. I get you. That's an expense. We never would have been able to do it if my work hadn't paid for it. 2015, my sister decided she was going on the cruise. Rock the Boat had me worried, and I told her I didn't want to deal with all those annoying, crazy girls. I tried talking her out of it, but in the end, she said she was going with or without me. Props to your sister.
Yeah, totally.
I think Jennifer's the you in this case. Because I was like, I'm going. Oh, let's do a special cruise episode. Maybe more than one. Maybe like 5.
Maybe that will pique some interest.
That's solidified. We were like, sold, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm going. Okay. I couldn't let my sister fly across the country. We live in California, then go to Mexico alone. What if she was taken? I love you, Jennifer. So it was on. We saved and got our deposit ready. We didn't know anything about booking, just that we had to get on. We ended up getting a cabin on deck 1 with obstructive view. We didn't care. We're actually on the boat. We couldn't believe we would be on a cruise ship with NKOTB and finally get to meet them. As soon as we knew we were on the boat, we joined every Facebook group we could. I put out a post asking about photo groups. By now, my sister had converted to a Donnie girl, and I was still a Jordan girl. Immediately, a girl told us we could join their photo group. From that day on, and still today, we had a group text going with my sister and I and 4 new friends. We got so lucky to get connected with Tiffany, Chrissy, Gina, and Melissa. These girls are wonderful. We couldn't ask for a better photo group and new friends. They walked us through everything we needed cruise related. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. It was finally time. The weekend before we left NOLA, New Orleans, my mother-in-law and some family friends got me a Bon Voyage cake, and you guys need to see the picture of this because it's amazing and it's Brooke's favorite picture. You will have to see the picture to fully appreciate it, but it was a Jordan cake. Let me tell you that it was the prettiest cake I've ever seen. It was almost too good to cut. In fact, I only cut the outside of it. Finally, it was October 18th and the pre-cruise party. My sister and I went into this experience with zero expectations. All we wanted was a selfie with Donnie because he was known as a selfie master after getting that selfie world record. We were meeting Tiffany, Chrissy, and Gina there for the first time. That warehouse was packed. We heard the guys would be entering from a side area and we waited there with a million other people. After what seemed like forever, the band started playing and in came the guys. By the way, that was amazing watching that live. Jordan, when he was doing the live and coming in with the band in New Orleans.
Yes, I saw
that. That was amazing.
That was awesome.
And I was like, I wish we were there, Brooke. We should be there. We should be there. I keep losing my place, but here we go. They didn't really stop, but we were ushered through the crowd to the stage. I was able to reach out and touch Jordan's hand. He squeezed my fingertips as he passed, and I briefly thought, I'm never going to wash this hand again. But then I remembered I'm 36 and that's gross. I love you, Jennifer. We looked around and couldn't find our friends. It was way too crowded, and I started to get worried that our group would fall apart like so many people talk about happening. We texted and said we couldn't find them and we would see them on the ship. Soon my sister was over it and ready to go. It was too crowded and the stage was pretty low, so you couldn't see much. We started making our way to the exit, but I spotted Danny heading to the bathroom. I convinced Debbie, my sister, to hang out in the area for a while. We weren't the only ones with this idea. We kind of hung back and stood next to this 5-foot wall with a walkway behind it. We stood on a little curb and leaned forward to try to see the guys on stage. Suddenly, Jordan is coming our way. Oh my gosh, the unicorn's getting closer. This was when we learned our first thing about this trip. You have to stand your ground or you'll most likely get pushed out of the way. We never pushed or shoved, but if we were in a spot and one of the guys was close, we stood strong. So you're saying my elbows need to be out? Is that what you're saying? Should I put my elbows out?
Throwing elbows.
That's what she's saying? Suddenly, you need to plant your feet and hold your position. But once you have your selfie moment, you move out of the way and let another fan have a chance. As soon as people noticed Jordan moving, they were pushing, trying to get in front of people who were already there. So I told my sister to stand her ground. We got our cameras ready. Always have your camera phone open and in selfie mode so they aren't waiting, on you. And he was in front of us. We decided to get selfies together just in case this was our only chance. We couldn't believe Jordan was our first contact of the trip. Oh my gosh. OMG. Then right behind him comes Donnie. We went to get a selfie together, but he kind of waved me out of the picture and then did individual pics with us. Oh, Donnie, you're amazing. Free national treasure. He was like, no. You guys don't need to get together. We're going to do individuals because I know how this is important. Because Donnie, you know.
He's amazing.
You freaking know. And you know what, Donnie? You don't just take one picture. You take multiples because you're amazing like that. You hold that shutter down and you just keep taking them because you're awesome and you understand that sometimes you need to repose. God love you.
He gets it. Right. He totally gets it.
He totally gets it. We were in heaven. We couldn't believe both of us got selfies with our guys before we even made it on the ship. We turned around and Danny was right behind us. We made our way into the crowd just as he was leaving to head back to the stage. We had a selfie with him just as he was finishing. 3 out of the 5 guys in less than an hour. We couldn't believe our luck. Now we knew we had to get those last 2 guys before the end of this trip. We got some bottled water and took a selfie at the selfie station they had set up and decided to get close to the stage one more time. As we were waiting through the crowd, we were basically smushed right into John as he was trying to leave. So did this all happen at the concert? Is that what she's saying?
I think so.
That's insane. They haven't even gone on the ship yet.
I was going to say.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They haven't even, we're not even on the boat yet. And here we are.
That is amazing. As we were waiting through the crowd, we were basically smushed right into John as he was trying to leave. I felt so bad because the people around us were pushing in, and I was literally pressed chest to chest with him. I said hi and that I was sorry. He smiled, and Debbie and I asked for a selfie once we were freed from the mass. Soon the rest of the guys left the stage and the party was over, way too quickly. But this was also meant that we were hours away from starting the cruise. So yeah, that's amazing. They haven't even got on the boat yet. We went back to where we were staying with Debbie's BFF, who luckily for us lives in the French Quarter. and tried to get some sleep, but it was like Christmas Eve as a kid, trying to get to sleep before Santa arrived. The next morning, we packed our stuff, got everything ready, and headed to the port. As soon as you get out of the car, you're herded in like cattle. People were telling us to have our ID and passports ready and boarding pass out while pushing you along. The porter takes your bags and sends you into the building. More people asking to see things but pushing you along the way. We're in shock and just hoping that we were getting on the right ship. Looking around, it was surreal to see all the shirts and blockhead love. We knew we were definitely in the right place. More herding, and then you get your wristband and boarding number and are directed to sit and wait. We were literally crammed into the area like sardines. Then there is a screaming and whispering and people jumping on chairs. The guys are there. They walk through the crowd, taking selfies here and there. Donnie jumps on a chair in his bathrobe and is shouting something to get us all even more pumped. Then the guys and their entourage boarded the ship. About 10 to 15 minutes later, Jordan was doing a Facebook Live. We started boarding the ship. The ship is huge. Once we stepped into the boat, it was really real. As first-timers who still hadn't met up with their new friends, we had no idea what to do or where to go. We kind of followed the mass of people and found ourselves on Lido deck. All around the deck, there were servers with trays of some frozen drink in an NKOTB hurricane-style cup. We didn't care what was in them. We needed that cup. About $20 later each. Yikes, I still need it. I still need the cup. I need like 3 cups. So I guess it's going to be like $60 or 4 cups. So that's going to be $80. So that's already, I know. Well, Jennifer, I have to tell you real quick. Jennifer had shared with me, like, it's like what we need to like save.
Right.
So I'm going to need $80 right there. $80.
Mental note.
We had our cups in hand, filled with something that was not good, and found a seat where we could grab some food and wait. Rooms wouldn't be available till 1:30 or so we had about an hour to kill. We talked to a few people we saw around us and kind of sat soaking it in, trying to get over that initial shock. I'm getting like, I can't wait. Woo! At 3:30, they did the mandatory muster drill, and we heard whisperings that Andrea Barber was on the ship. Oh, I have a question. So while you're waiting for the room, do you think you're allowed to decorate the door?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because, I mean, you don't have to go in the room. You just want to decorate the door.
Right.
So I wonder if that's like the time. See, I need to know all this stuff. Like, is that the time I should be decorating the door?
See,
you guys, we need some help with this stuff.
I have some questions too.
Because, I mean, it's not like a normal cruise. Like, you know, the like cruise logistics.
Like
we don't
on a normal cruise.
We don't know the new kids cruise.
Hey, like
logistics.
Do they have drink packages?
I don't think so.
So that's the thing. Like, what about like soda packages?
They have a soda package. I believe I saw that they have a soda package, but they don't have a drink package.
And they have like no information on the Rose Tours website. Or maybe I'm just not looking in the right place for it.
Maybe, but I believe we're allowed to bring 1 bottle of wine on.
That sounds right.
Per person, which I think that's like, you can do that on a regular cruise, right?
Yeah. Depending on the cruise line, they're all a little different, but a 1 bottle of wine.
But like, does it have to be wine? Can it be like something else? Like, not like hard liquor, but I'm just not a like wine person. Like, it can't be a bottle of Kahlua. I know that.
Yeah, these are
that
questions.
Stinks.
I just want to make sure that I have Diet Coke. And not have to pay for every single
Isn't it aren't they right, we'll get a drink package.
As long as they do that.
So
anyway.
I want to say that they do. We need to figure this out. So okay. At 3:30 they did the mandatory muster drill, and we heard whispers that Andrea Barber was on the ship. We were excited about the possibility of running into Kimmy Gibbler. Muster drill ended, and it was a mad rush up to Lido. I think muster drill was on deck 4 or 5, and Lido is deck 9. So some people waited on the elevators, but most, like us, hauled butt up to those stairs. On the Lido deck, we had no clue where to stand. So you're saying I'm going to get sweaty before I even get on Lido? Because I'm going to have to take the stairs. Oh, man. Get out my sweatbands. This is the time. I will have them ready to go for the muster drill. We found a spot semi-close to the stage and waited. Finally, Donnie gets on the mic and we do the oath. He had a new oath that talked about spreading love and kindness. I like that, Donnie. I like you. Right about then was when we encountered our first mean girl. Oh, no. Luckily, there was only 3 or 4 times that we had mean girl encounters, but this was our first and got us a bit scared that this trip would be like this. That sucks because it's like right out of the gate, you know, suck. And you're like, friggin' great. Is this how it's going to be?
Yeah.
This girl tried to push our way in front of all the people who are already there and waiting near the path to the stage. The guy that was next to me said, "Hey now, no way to push everyone else out of the way." The girl, who was maybe 5'2", got all crazy and starts going off at him saying, "Way to spread love like Donnie asked." Way to misinterpret a message.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I seriously thought she was going to try to fight this guy. He was very mature and just ignored her. After a while, the guys start coming down the Lido deck towards the stage. We were only about a row of girls away from their path. Our spots for the Silhouette party weren't the greatest, but not terrible. We were close, but on the side, and a speaker was blocking them when they were at the front catwalk area of the stage. The Silhouette party was so much fun. At the end, as the guys were heading back up to the VIP deck, they came right past us again. As they were going through, they were taking selfies. Joey came by first, and we got our selfie with him. Okay, so there's still day 1. They've got 4 out of 5. I'm keeping track here. That's amazing. At the end, the guys were heading back to the VIP deck. They came right past us again. They were going through taking selfies. Joey came by first, and we got our selfie with him, which turned out to be one of my top favorites from the cruise. And it's amazing. You need to see it. It's on the website. Side note, it was humid and hot and nasty out, and everyone, including the guys, were drenched in sweat. Okay, cool. So everybody's drenched in sweat. So I'll just be like, fitting in. And I'll just be like, you guys knew this. So please, this is it. Don't look at my red feet.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, your poor red feet.
Red feet. It's all right. I'm still wearing flip-flops. So you guys, you're just going to have to look at my red feet. When Joe put his arm around me for our selfie, I could smell him. And it wasn't cologne I was smelling.
Oh.
But why was I all excited? OMG, I could smell Joey's sweat. I bet it smelled good.
Oh,
I'm always asking how he smells. I'm always asking. The cruise was amazing. Each theme night was a ball. The game show was a blast. We were Group A, so we got a little secret in our game show. Plus, Joey got in a towel. Hey, hey. And the concert was amazing. Mexico was great, but hotter than heck. Joey time wasn't my favorite, but he did more than make up for it Sunday with the impromptu atrium show. I'm going to jump to Sunday when we had more new kids interactions. Sunday was our turn for the photo op. We were lucky because with Tiffany, Gina, Melissa, and her mom, Chrissy, her mom, and aunt, and my sister and I, we almost had a full group. Of course, we were missing a Danny girl. We were nervous about filling the spot, but came prepared. I made a sign at home and brought it with us. We got there early to fill our last spot and to get into the front of the line. Before too long, we found our girl, Tony. We got in line and started the long wait. I was so nervous. I'd finally be able to talk to each guy. I'd actually be getting a picture with Jordan. I was trying to plan on what I'd say to each of them, but was blank. My mind was racing, and soon we were moving. We rounded a corner, and I could see them. As we got closer, I could barely breathe. We made sure that we were in picture order, checked each other to make sure there were no hair sticking up or lipstick on teeth. Oh, that's sweet. You guys are awesome. That's nice. And it was our turn. Danny was first. I hugged him, and I don't think I said a word because I was going blank. Donnie was next. I felt a bit more comfortable with him since by now I'd gotten a few selfies with him. Pre-cruise, sail away party, and superhero night. I said, "Hey, Donnie, I'm a lefty too." I did not know this.
I didn't either.
Did you know this? I did not know that Donnie was left-handed. I had no idea. Is Joe left-handed? That's what I would like to know, because I feel like he is, because he wears his watch on his right hand. But you wear your watch on your right hand, and you're right-handed. But Donnie wears his watch on his left hand, and he's left-handed.
Oh, so that's not a good indication.
And Jordan wears his watch on his left hand too. Do you know how I know this?
How do you know this?
Because I have that picture on my monitor.
Oh.
One of them touching the star. And I can, then I know that. And I think about those things. Okay. They were all definitely tired and ready to go home, or at least have a nap, because Donnie just hugged me and said, so is Jordan. Wait, so Jordan's left-handed?
He is? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Oh my Lord. Jordan was next and standing just a feet away from me. My mind was spinning as I hugged him. He was so thin that my arms practically wrapped around him twice. I said, hey, I'm a lefty too. And he replied, right on. Lefties do it better. Girl.
What?
I added the girl. I added the girl because that's like something he would say. Hey, lefties do it better, girl. Hey, girl. You know I miss you. And I just want you to know my love will always treasure. So please, just don't let me go. What's that from?
I don't know.
It's from a song, isn't it?
So.
Hey, I don't know where this is from, but if you guys know, cool.
Let us know.
I don't know. Sounds like something Jordan would say. So, okay. I said, I'm sure I blushed and laughed like Goofy. Time to pose for our pictures. I planned that I was going to put my hand on his stomach chest area, but last minute I chickened out and my hand landed on my belly like I'm pregnant or something.
Oh.
Oh, Jennifer, I would have done the same thing. Oh my gosh. Click. First picture is done. I go to move my arm and click. Picture taken mid-move. No. Jordan kind of laughed and said, what was that? Are you dancing for me? Oh my God. I wanted to yell do-over, but we were pushed along. Next is Joe. He looked exhausted and I said to him, and that's what I said to him.
Oh.
Now, John, I went in for that hug. As we were hugging, I said, I've been waiting the entire trip for my first hug from you. He said, well, wait no longer. John, I love you.
John's wonderful.
I wanted to stay in the hug. He is. He like put everything, looking at him and him looking at me. It was like we were friends.
Yes.
Forever friends with John. That's what we are.
He's awesome.
I was waiting for you to finish the song.
Oh, sorry. Forever friends.
Is what we are.
Forever.
John.
And Nikki and Brooke forever.
Forever with friends. Hashtag forever friends. Okay. Sorry. I want to stay in that hug forever. His hug feels like real love. Like the way a parent hugs their child. Real affection there, and that is the truth. He really is the best hugger ever. Oh, he really is. And that's what I just said. And then she said, he really is the best hugger ever. As we left the room, our whole group was giggling like little girls. Our first meeting was over, and next time would for sure be better. Sunday was a rough day at sea. The waves were huge and the boat was really rocky. Oh gosh, I'm nervous about that. People were stumbling around. You couldn't tell if they were drunk or if it was the boat. It was pouring rain most of the way. Some blockheads were camped out on the Lido deck starting at like 8 a.m. in the rain for the acoustic show that was going to be later that afternoon. I don't know whether to call these girls crazy or determined. The acoustic, I'm going to go with determined. That's what I'm going to go with, because here's the thing. We know how that works now, and like they like to do that. So good for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
if that's what you want to do,
you guys go. You do you. You do you.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Camp out on that Lido deck.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm going to go up to them and go, high five. Freaking high five. I'm going to give you a high five. High five. Because you guys want your spot.
Right.
Like, good for
That's
you.
what's important to you. So you
Right.
You get it.
Right. So that's what I'm going to go with. But I like the way she put that. I don't know what to, because I mean, that's your first look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, it's raining. And that's kind of crazy. But then you're like, but wait, that's like determination right there. Determination. Okay. The acoustic show ended up being canceled. Oh, that's what sucks is these poor girls waited there and then the show got canceled. That friggin' sucks. That friggin' sucks. And they're like, well, that was great. Friggin' A.
Gosh.
Hey, you guys get the award for most determined. Here's your award. That's good on you. That's what I'm saying. I'm nervous about the waves. When I just said that, my stomach just went bloop.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Medication.
Oh, yeah. Amber.
Yes.
Amber told me like all about it. Like make sure I get the things to go behind the ears and that. Like unless you know that you're going to be sick, and I think Steph said this too. Like you shouldn't put those on.
Yes.
Like unless you know, but I know. Like I know, I definitely know. But that was a good tip. Because like if you don't know that you're going to be seasick, don't put them on. Like because it might make you feel weird. So that's really good to know. Because I've never heard that before. So just putting that out there. Okay. So the acoustic show ended up being canceled due to unsafe conditions with the rain and the waves. And Donnie made the announcement that they may be roaming around the boat for selfies. We wandered a bit and found Andrea taking selfies at the bar. She was very, very nice. Introduced herself to each person and asked their name in return and had a small conversation with each one. That's really nice.
That is really nice.
That's really nice. Debbie even asked for a picture with a tall chin. We noticed several crews setting up in the atrium area, so we decided to stick around. Soon, Joe came out and did a kind of karaoke concert sing-along for a few hours. Oh, yeah. He was in his element, singing show tunes and the standards from Sinatra.
That is his element.
Guess what? He even sang some Elvis. Hey, I had no idea until like last week that he sang Suspicious Minds by Elvis.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I would have like, if I was like sitting, I would have probably had to go to like the emergency, like the cruise emergency, because I would have passed out, hit my chin on the bar because I would have been like, boot up. Like, I can't believe this is happening. That was a pretty accurate depiction, I think.
Cracked a tooth.
Yep, cracked a tooth.
You look like what's his name in pictures. Dumb and Dumber. What was his name?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Jim Carrey's character, yes. Yes, I would have. Debbie and I took a break. They're yelling at us right now because they know the character. So they're in their cars or whatever, and they're going, his name. Jim Carrey's name.
Yep.
Tweet it to us. Tweet it. He was in his element, singing show tunes and the standards from Sinatra. Debbie and I took a break from Joey and wandered over to the food court area where we found Donnie doing more selfies. I also got a selfie with Ryan, their cutie patootie manager, aka Captain Areola. I do not know what that is, but I'm sure I will find out. On our way back to the atrium, we ran into Dan Wood and chatted with him for a while. We thought it was super cute that he said, "Would you ladies like a selfie? How can we turn that down?" I'd be like, I surely would. I surely would, Mr. Wood. Let's do this. I'm sorry I didn't ask for a selfie with you before. It was our last night. GPS night was here, and we were ready to party. I was pretty chilly that night, so we didn't do our original plan. My whole group ended up just wearing their GPS shirt with our cruise hoodie over them and long pants. We decided that we'd enjoy the night from deck 10, where it was a little bit less crowded. Not long after the guys got there, we noticed one of the security guards hovering in the area around the crow's nest. Sure enough, Joey was there minutes later. Soon he was taking selfies, so we made our way over to that area before it was too crowded. The people who were getting close were great in letting everyone get their picture with Joe. That's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
Right there.
That's right.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Security took over and the line was flowing super smoothly. Others from the lower deck realized that Joey was going to stick around a while and do selfies. That's when the not-so-crowded Deck 10 became swamped. We felt bad for Joe as we watched the line grow and started to snake around like a ride at Disneyland. We still had a ball. I wonder if they had like minutes until a picture with Joe.
Oh,
180.
From this point, you will wait.
Yes, from this point, yes. Hey, it's an
Don't forget
idea.
Fast Pass line.
You never know. Hey, can I be in that Fast Pass? That's an idea. Look, if you pay the extra, you get a Fast Pass. I got my Fast Pass. Let's do this. And then you get like a selfie card, right? So you get a selfie card that you have to wear, and then you have to so they can see that you've already gotten one.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
A punch card.
So you get it stamped, a punch card, and you say, "I'm ready for my picture. I got my punch card ready. Awesome. I got my Fast Pass."
This is a great idea.
You get one Fast Pass. You know what I'd use my Fast Pass for?
What would you use your Fast Pass for?
Actually, I think you would be surprised at what I would use my Fast Pass for.
Well, tell me.
I think I might use my Fast Pass. Well, I don't know. I have to think about that.
I'd have to think.
I was going to say something, but I might hold. I'll wait on it. We'll talk about it another time.
Sit on this.
This is definitely, and just for people who are new listening to this, and if you don't know, this does not happen. No, I was just making something up because this is what I do. I make shit up all the time.
This is not real, but it'd be cool if it was.
But hey, there's an idea for you. We still had a ball singing and dancing. After a while, Jordan was dancing on one of the B stages and jumped into the crowd for more selfies. I made my way down to the line that was already forming. I was going to redeem myself and say something not so dumb. You didn't say something dumb before. That was cool. Finally, it was my turn. He took my camera, looked into my eyes as my brain took a motion and said, "Come here. Come here, girl." He didn't say girl. I'm just adding that in. He put his arm around me and clicked the picture. Did he go, "Pose for me, pose for me"? Sorry. I can't help it. Hey, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to get up and go, "Pose for me, pose for me." And then they'll say, "Security!" All I could squeak out was, "Thank you," and walked away wobbly legged. Soon the night was over. When Donnie was the only one left, we called it a night. It was about 4:30 and we had to debark in just a few hours. It was sad heading back to our cabin, saying goodnight to our friends for the last time. We'll never have another Virgin cruise. We are now veteran cruisers. The next morning, everyone on the boat seemed to be subdued and safe. Wait.
Sorry.
Subdued and safe.
They were subdued and safe.
Sheepers. Well, I keep looking at the Jordan cake and it's getting me all flustered.
Oh. Yeah.
Enjoy the view. The next morning, everyone on the boat seemed to be in a subdued state. Post-cruise depression was already setting in. We said our goodbye to our new sisters and got in the Uber. We were already planning our next cruise, our next outfits, and door decorations. When they say you will become addicted, it really is true.
Uh-oh.
As soon as we got home, I was saving for number 10. PCD and Berg flu are also very real. I think I still have a bit of PCD. I was sick the day after we got home. Really, I think it's a mix of not eating or sleeping right and being on continuous adrenaline high for almost a week. 3,000 other people being in very close proximity of each other for almost a week, and then the huge downer that comes when you get back home to the real world. I was sick for about a week, but I can't wait to do it all over again. October 18th, 2018, here we come.
There's that cake.
I am so freaking excited. And these pictures, they're in order, good. And they're amazing. Yes. It's I feel like I know now. I feel like I have a better understanding of what's going to happen.
Me too. Every single story we get is a different perspective.
Right.
And it shines a little bit more light on an aspect that I hadn't thought about or was wasn't clear. And I know it's still going to be totally different once we're on there, but it's exciting. Mm-hmm. It gets you excited. It gets me excited.
It is. I know. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. She has a lot of the cruise pictures, like the actual cruise pictures.
So I was just gonna say that. Like she has a lot of like the carnival, like they take your picture and then you go and you look at all the pictures in like an album or probably on a video screen now. And you pay like $30 for one.
I know, but I want.
Well, yeah, we'll have to. I think you can probably get them all on a disc.
Okay, and what we can do is like.
Yeah, I think that you can. I mean, I know Royal Caribbean.
And then it's just like you and I are going to be in all of them together.
We'll split it.
So,
split it.
Sounds good to me.
$50 or $60 or whatever, but then like we'll each pay $30 and we'll get one. And there we go.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Don't have to ask me twice. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh man! Awesome. So, yes, they are amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for everything. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Drew. Thank you to Katie.
Misty.
Thank you to Misty. And thank you to Ashley. You guys are amazing. Yeah.
Those are some intense stories. Those were awesome. Like really good.
Okay, so wrapping up, don't forget It's Gonna Be My contest. It's actually not our contest. It's Dawn's contest.
Dawn, with the help of Kelly.
So it's in the Facebook group. So go into the Facebook group and look for the It's Gonna Be May contest. MAY. Right. You just submit a meme and you could have the chance at winning some pretty amazing prizes. And again, Dawn's doing it, Dawn and Kelly. So take a look at that. You'll want to enter. It's amazing. And if you need help finding the link, just let us know, but we'll have the link on our site.
We still have, go to our website and you can, click to our store right from there. We are continuing to, and through the end of the year, with whenever you purchase a We Are All Donny Girls merchandise, at least $5 from every purchase goes to Generation Rescue. From every item purchased, I should say.
That is right.
So you will see that with the little emblem will be on there for the charitable donation. It goes right to Generation Rescue, and it's a great cause. And you can do that right through our website. And also, as we've had for quite a while now, remember Betty, whenever you purchase a My So-Called Whatever logo item, 75% of that profit goes right to,
or $5 or more.
Right, either or, however you want to look at it.
I think there's only like one thing, which is like our stickers. I think that's the only thing that doesn't do $5 or more. But
exactly. So that goes right to Remember Betty, which is also an amazing cause.
Very near and dear to our hearts.
Absolutely. And we have cruise stuff up too. We have cruise merchandise.
Yes. Yeah, cruise stuff. We do. We have lots of cruise merch up. We've got like the shirt that you've all been asking for. The official cruise, well, not the New Kids on the Block official cruise shirt. Like it's our
cruise shirt.
Right. No. Right. My So-Called Whatever. We have our cruise shirts.
Squad.
Which will. Right. I'll probably also buy an official New Kids on the Block cruise shirt because that's how I roll.
If I'm on it, I'll want it.
Yep. That and the sweatshirt.
Yes.
Yes, please. Sign me up. Take all my money.
And then we have a couple of other really cool designs on there too, like awesome designs. I'm so excited about them for the cruise.
Yeah, they came out really well. Yeah,
so check them out.
So I'm excited to wear them. Yeah, Mamacita needs a margarita.
I'm ready to get naughty over here. Blank space, fill in the blank.
Yeah, fill in whatever it is. I'm ready to get naughty.
Pizza
with my cruise squad.
I'm ready to get naughty with my girls. Or Jordan. Or I might have to buy like 3 shirts.
Or you could just, get one of those markers, those dry
erase. I wonder if that would work.
Hey, hi.
It would rub off on other people and things.
That's okay.
As long as it's washable, that's okay.
I figured I'd get black. So that way, you couldn't see, the marks. Black. You know what I'm saying? I get the black one. I'd get the black shirt.
Yeah, no, I was saying like if you rub up against somebody accidentally.
Oh yeah, that would happen. Well, there it goes. She gone.
She's off. She's off my shirt and on that white shirt. That nice lady's white shirt. Sorry.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
But anyway, so go check it out. They're pretty cool. We are excited about them.
Oh, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Patreon.
Yes.
So the way that Patreon works because we've had some questions about Patreon is that it's like a monthly subscription. We do like if for Patreon members, you get some like bonus content. We do like our outtakes. So lately when we have outtakes, we'll take them out and I don't know as if we'll have any outtakes for this episode though. But if we do, we put them on
Patreon.
The Patreon board. Right. And so if you are one of our Patreons, and honestly, it's, you can do $1 or $2. I think $2 is the min. And every little bit counts and it helps us keep the podcast going. And it's a huge help. And we really, 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 really appreciate everyone. We appreciate just you listening because sometimes, you know what, you just can't give. That's fine. We totally understand that. Like life happens, and you just can't do it. We totally understand that. But if you want to help us, there are ways you can do that. You can donate to our Patreon. And you could go to iTunes if you're on iTunes and you can write a review. That helps us a ton. And it doesn't have to be long. We'd really appreciate it because it helps with the algorithm, iTunes algorithm. Yeah. So for our Patreon peeps, we want to just do a quick shout out and say thank you. Quick thank you to Christian, Kelly, Jennifer, Dawn, Christina, Amy, Sarah, Jennifer, Michelle, Jennifer, Jill, Jessica, Joy, Christine, Courtney, Kelly, Anna Maria, Chrissy, Jackie, Jerusha, Andrea, Sandy, Charlene. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Like for real. We appreciate it.
Seriously.
Truly.
We really, really do. It helps so much. We really appreciate it. For the different rewards, we have changed things up. The supplier, it's been very late for the thing that we're waiting for. So we appreciate your patience, but I think that it will make up for it. I think that you guys will love what we're going to be doing. And it will be something that, because if you're a patron and you stay with us for a while, it won't just be like a one-time thing. You'll get other stuff. So, and it all like will be the same thing. It's really cool. We're really excited to tell you about it, but we want to make sure we have it in hand before we do it. And that's for some of the specific reward levels, and you guys will see that. And we'll be doing our drawing soon.
Yes.
Within Patreon. So that's if you're a Patreon member. So thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your support. You help us so much. We really, really, really we can't thank you enough. We really appreciate it. So thanks for helping us keep the podcast going. You guys are amazing. And thank you so much. Even if you can't contribute, thank you so much for listening and sharing with your friends. We appreciate that so much.
It's huge. It's like,
it is.
Like, what's the word I'm looking for? That like organic, like growth.
It's our family.
Like you just sharing with people, like like-minded people. This is how we find each other. Like, you're my people. We are your people. You are our people. We are people.
I know, exactly.
And
exactly.
And it's that's what makes it so awesome.
100% pure love. So send us your stories. Send us your stories to mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com. 80s, 90s, we need those stories. We are running out. I think we have like 2 or 3 right now, and that's not enough.
And like show ideas too. 80s, 90s show ideas.
Yes. We've gotten some really great ones. Yeah, one of them we just did, which was malls. So we did that last week.
Right.
So actually we did it Friday, but it will be last week by the time this comes out. So,
Cool.
yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have for this week.
Have a good week. Thanks for listening.
Maybe we'll have some bonus content, though.
Bonin.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right.
Will I see Donnie Wahlberg?
Oh, yes. I hope
Will I see
you
him?
do. I wonder what his plans are.
I'm going to go, love you, Donnie. Love you, Donnie.
Brody would be so excited.
Oh my gosh. Brody would be so excited.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, Brett. I'll take tons of pictures.
Take video.
It'll
I
be
need to
fun.
see. Okay. Cool.
All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.
Hey, ladies, it's Jen and Kim, otherwise known as the Lobsters. We're just calling to say that we think you got the right stuff. All right, guys. So we are
together right now,
yes,
because we are spending some time together.
And we just want to say that we love you, and we can't wait to meet you in October.
Yes, and we're super excited to see that Nikki got to meet Donnie today, and
you did an awesome job going live and helping us feel like we were with you. So kudos to you. And don't worry, you didn't have to push little kids. You did great. All right.
So hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully it'll be exciting to hear ourselves on a podcast one day. So
I know we still got to get our story to you.
Yes, we do. So
all right,
whenever
guys,
we get together, we're so busy trying to do everything else. It's only 3 days. So,
I know.
but we really love you guys, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your week and have a good weekend.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Brooke. Hi, Nikki. This is Jen Machuska. Calling to say hi and tell you how much I love the show, and I look forward to every Monday. You guys are the best part of Mondays. Can't wait to see you on the boat. We're down to 6 months, and we will be on that boat with our 5 favorite guys. Talk to you later.
Hey there, Brooke and Nikki. It's Amber from Texas, and I'm sitting at Dallas Love Field waiting on my flight to board for Los Angeles, because tomorrow is the Joe Show, the very last one. And I'm a little freaked out right now because here at the very same airport on a different airline, there was a freak accident that occurred on a Southwest plane in which the motor or the engine failed, and someone unfortunately passed away in midair. So a little freaked out at the moment. Trying not to really think about it, even though my current view is a Southwest airplane. So that whole situation prompted me to order an Angry Orchard hard cider that I'm currently drinking. Maybe I'll have another one before I go over to my gate so that I'll be a little, chill before time to board this plane. I'm flying Virgin America. I love their planes. They're super cool. It's like being in a club almost, kind of. But I just thought I would call. The Facebook message or the Facebook post popped up as I was scrolling through about your party line. Thought I'd call and give you guys a shout, and hope you guys are doing well. And I figure that once I get into LA and I meet up with Jen, that maybe we'll call you when we're both together. So talk to you guys later. Bye.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm on top of the world, and better than somebody else. Come on, sing along. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Hey, girls, can we talk about theme songs from the 80s and 90s? This is one of my personal favorites. It's from The Greatest American Hero. It always makes me happy whenever I hear it. So, yeah, that's my episode idea. Let's talk about theme songs. Webster, Different Strokes, Silver Spoons. I mean, even the instrumental stuff was good. They don't make it like this anymore. Come on, sing along. I never thought I could feel so free. Riding away, I wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Too good to be true. Yes! Look at me. Oh, this is you. All right. That's my idea. Bye. File's done.
You used to call me on a cell phone late night when you need someone. You used to call me on a cell phone. I know with a hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. This is Dawn, unless you want it to be somebody else. This is Dawn. Hello, Brooke and Nikki. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love the podcast. I'm so thankful for you in 1,000 different ways. I am so thankful for the admins of the group and the ladies and the friendships I forged because of the group. Keep doing what you're doing, which is amazeballs. And I'm going to think of another message to leave because sometimes I start to ramble about shit that I like, and then I forget that people really aren't inside of my head, and it makes no sense to them. Much like Brooke could talk about Disney, talk about New Kids all day. New Kids and press videos and gore videos and true crime and jewelry and gemstones. And what can I not talk about? I don't really know a lot about NSYNC or Backstreet Boys because I was over that. I'm going to call back because I want to flood your voice messaging because I don't really know what else to say. Oh, I'm going to the Joe Show tomorrow night. No, not tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Going to the Joe Show. So I'll report back with some hot, steamy videos for you, Nikki and Brooke, especially Nikki. Let's see if we can get a reaction. Thank you for also helping me with where I need to stand. That's super helpful. I have an umbrella and a little small like stool thing for us to take turns sitting on if we have to, that I'll completely trash or throw away or give to a hobo on the street if I need to. So I think my 33 minutes is almost up. So, okay, bye. Bye. Okay, bye. I love you. Bye.
Hi, this is Sarah. Is Nikki and Brooke available at home? Okay, I'll wait. Thank you. Hi, get off the phone. I'm trying to make a call. Okay, sorry about that, girls. But I just wanted to call and say I love you ladies. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I did because you'll be going to get a package pretty soon from me. Sending lots of love from Pittsburgh. And have a good day. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
I'm Dawn, and I'm a Sagittarius, and I really, really want to be loved by only you, and I want you to only love me too. And if this is the way it's going to be, girls, then check me out. Happy Tuesday. I'm on my way tomorrow to see Joe. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Thanks for the map, Nikki. I appreciate it. Brooke, I want your address. Brooke, I want your address. Brooke, please friend request me. I want your address. I swear I'm not a creeper. I'm not a stalker. I might stalk a little. I can't help myself. Just a little. Just a little in a good way. Like, you know, like Google what your house looks like. No, I would never do that because I'm not. Fuck, I would hate if somebody did that to me. They probably do, but oh well. You guys have my address. You can Google where I live. I don't give a shit. Anyway, sending you lots of love. I'm so excited for my long trip to California and to put my toes in the sand and see the star and go to Wahlburgers. And I sure wish you guys were going, or I sure wish that I was where you guys were. And I can't wait to be on the boat with you. So, happy Tuesday. I love you guys. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye.
Hi, Nikki and Brooke. This is Jenny. And Roddy's ignoring me. Come on.
It's bedtime. I'm trying to go to bed.
We're laying in bed right now because we both work bright and early in the morning on Saturday.
Get off your goddamn
I mean, he's doing that on purpose.
every night. Every goddamn night. Scroll. Oh, sorry, McIntyre. Scroll.
Current status, dog humping my leg. I'm still on cloud 9 about my Joy McIntyre show. I'm readjusting to the time. But we just wanted to say...
This is the mood. Yeah, thanks for the ketchup. Thanks for the fucking In-N-Out ketchup.
This is probably the worst voicemail you've ever gotten so far since you launched the party line. It's a party line.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go to bed. So bye.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to our messages. So what do you think? Do you think they're fun? Are you just like, meh? Let us know. Tell us on Twitter. Tell us on Facebook. Tell us on Instagram if you want to. If you would like to leave us a message that we will more than likely put on the podcast, you can do it. You could leave a dedication if you wanted to. You could tell us about one of your favorite episodes. You could tell us about one of your least favorite episodes. You could tell us about a topic that you'd like to hear. Or you can just call and say hi. You can do that by calling our number and leaving a message at 857-271-1047. Once again, it's 857-271-1047. It's not like a real party line, so it's not like a charge per minute, but long distance charges may apply if that's something that you don't have. So hope to hear from you guys soon. And if you send us a message, chances are it's going to be on the podcast. We look forward to hearing from you. Bye.
File's done.